I'm going to read The Adventure of Huckleberry, chapter 24. Next day, toward night, we laid up thunder a little below Cowhead, out in the middle. But there was a village on each side of the river, and the Duke and the King were going to lay out a plan for Rockingham towns. Jimmy spoke to the Duke and said he hoped it didn't take but a few hours because it got might heavy and tiresome to him. When he had lay all day in the wigwam tied with the log, Lucy when we left him to log. We had to tie him because if anybody happened to come to him all by himself, and I tied him so much like he was a long way near, you know. So the Duke said it was kind of hard to have to lay low all day, and then he first out some the way to get around. It was uncommon bright, pretty good, and he soon struck it. It rested in King Korea up with a long constant calico, down and a white horse, a hair of wig and whiskers, and then a his t-shirt, still turned out paint and her painted jeans face, and her ears and necks all over her head and her solid like a man that spins and drums the 90s and praying that if he wants the whole burst and looking out with this ever see. And the Duke took and rolled out the signs on a single soap. Thick laugh, the Bahamas still went not out of his head. And he knew the single to the left and the stoop and then left up the pole over the five then put in front of the wigwam. You must satisfy that was rather than lying at a couple of years every day and traveling all of every time there was a sound. But you called him, make himself free and easy, and if anybody ever come meddling around, they must hop out of the wigwam and carry on with it. Such a house and to like as a wild beast, and they can let him live light out and to leave him alone and enjoy the sounding of judgment. But you take the average man, you're going to wait for him to howl. Why didn't he only look like he was dead? He looked considerable more than that. These Lepicalians don't want you to try the none such a game because there was so much money in it, but they judged it wouldn't be safe because maybe the news might have worked down by this time. They couldn't hit the project that stood exactly so. Alas, the Duke said that he let on the layoff and then work as brains and hours and fuel see if he couldn't put up to something the Arkansas village. And the king allowed he would left over to the other village without any plan. 여보세요? 음, 그, 일정이 20메들이라고 했지. 그때가 사립대 아니야? 그러면은, 사립대로 다이빙 많이 해봤나? 근데 이거 물살이 있으니까, 그 시간대에 맞춰가지고, 음, 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 11시하고 4시 정도? 그래요. 난 또 그래서 사립 때 그런 것 때문에 조금 걱정이 좀 되고 그래서 세지 보통 새내들도 사립 때는 거의 작업을 안 하는 편인데 조금 안전하게 하는 게 낫지 않나 싶은 생각이 좀 있네. 만약에 경험이 있는 데라면은 상관이 없는데 경험이 없는 데니까 조금 더 좋은 시기에 맞춰서 하는 게 일단 나을 것 같은데 물때도 그렇고 음. 글쎄, 아니 그게 조금 만만치가 않네. 내가 음, 그래. 왜 그러냐면, 이게, 뭐, 물때지만, 안전하게 해야 된다는 취지 그런 것도 있는데, 조금, 그렇고. 그래. 지금, 그, 이번에는 조금, 나중에 내가 좀 좋은 기회에 확실하게 좀 그런 동의를 구할 수 있는 그런 때가 되면은 그때 내가 좀 얘기할게. 지금은 좀 만만치가 않네, 상황이. 그래서, 음, 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 그래. 아주, 나중에, 뭐, 아예 못하더라도 할 수 좀 없는 것 같아. 그래, 그래. 음, 음. And you need that the single to left. This is the last of the four five to impound all the way that the gym was satisfied is that it was started to better than mine. It's tried a couple of years every day. From every time there was a sound the Duke and to him to make himself free. And whatever comes meddling on this stuff and must hop out of the wigwams and carry on what is the passion how like the wild beast. And like on the lighthouse at the evening it was a sound upstairs man, but you take the average man and he wouldn't wait for him to have why. They only looked like there was that and they looked considerably more than that. His left talents wanted to try non-such again because there was so much money in it and the judges wouldn't say because maybe the news I walked along down by the time. They couldn't even know the project and suited exactly the last of you and started the lessons in here to lay off and then walked his brains down hours so to see and if he couldn't put up some things on the Arkansas village and the things that he loved. The hero dropped off to the other villages without any plans to purchase firstly important to read in quick way the meaning of the double weapons we had all but stuff closest and where we stopped last night now the king was season. It told me to speak my own and that of course the king's daughters and always back in black and it looked clear. So when Starkist man of the snow After the script changes to Project First Why, people looks like the respect the old thing that was world, but now still when he take off this new the way he was and make about and was fine with that band and good empires that you say and will fly out of the mark. And we was all the ridiculous and instead of the gym to clean up the canoe and I thought of my paddle that there was a big steamboat landing at the shore away on the point and then 3 miles above the towns to be a couple of hours and everything, right. Said the king, please. I'm at restaurant now. I was maybe I started around towns from St. Louis and Cincinnati or some other big place, but for the steamboat, I could like, we will come down to the village on a hurricane. I didn't have to auto twice to go and take a steamboat line. I picked the show up a mile of the village and I went scooting around the fog bank. And with water in the soon, we have a nice English looking young country. Because I think some of love and spreading and the spread up. And our space before it was powerful, so once in the water stand, he had a couple of big covered bags. My hands, and our nose in show. So the king's eye on, and I know there was huge bombs for the man, for the symbol in going showings. You're bold, and that's it. The king's in a whole long minute. My servant style. I feel the woody damn back and jumped out and had to jump back. Of course, the meaning is that's it. I don't so and then all three started on against the young chap was my thankful. That was Doc and Orkan. Telling me begging such letters that he asked him where he was going and then the king told him to let us come down to the restaurant at the other village this morning. Now he was going up a few miles to see an old friend on the farm of theirs, the young fellow says. When I first see you and I said to myself, this Mr. Wickersfield, and then he comes to my tenure, getting here in time, but then I says, and again, no, I can him, as he is the patterns of the liver. You and him are you, and my name's and Alexander Sablogis to the veteran, and then Alexander Sablogis to Pasapasama say I am on the oldest for 7. So he just able to be so forced in so it's the not to allowing time all the things if he's missed anything by which I hope he hasn't. Why don't he misses any properties to buy it? Because he will get that all right, but he's missed things about us Peter dies, which is the main mine, and nobody can tell us that today everybody's brothers do not give anything in this world. Because he seems to be pretty tired and never talk about anything. All these are riches, hands and him. Since there was a boys together and I hadn't ever since. And his brother William at all, and that's to that, to them. William's and more than so 45 and Peter, George were the only ones that come out here, and George was married brothers, the king's wife and both died last year. Harris Williams the only ones that's left now, and as I was saying, they haven't got here in time. Did anybody send on more? Oh, yeah, I'm not so sure so. And I'm Peter was first took, and because of Peter sad and then his shorter, the light if he wants going to scatter well this time. So you see, it's pretty old and George is scared and it was too young to be much companies to find him scatter major and the letter headers one and so it was kinda also after Georgie's the wife died and didn't seem to care so much to live and much desperately wanted to see Harris Williams and choose but the matter probably was one of the kind efforts to come to Paris to make a will. And after a lot first and behind for how they and that is how told in it where his money was hid and how one is the rest of the properties divided up so George Pearl and would be provided. George didn't leave nothing, and that the letters was all they couldn't get him to put up into. Where the reckons how they don't come, otherwise they leave. How lives in England, because richest there's have never been in this country. He hadn't had any talk, much time than the beside that they must discard the letters at all, yeah? Too bad. But it's good enough just to see its brothers the four souls and it's going to the audience you say, yeah, but that's the only part of it. I'm going to ship the next organization for Rio de Janeiro to where my uncle lives and it's a pretty long journey. But it would be lovely to week I was going. Emerging is the oldest, how old is the others? Emerging is 19, Susan 15, Jones about 14. Let's do one that gives him outside to good work make those things to left alone and the whole world. So, well, the truth wasn't up. All British had plans. They ain't going to let them come to the ground. There's a hot zone that the Baptist preacher and Reverend Lightfoot, Ben Luker, and Albert Shakespeare, and Lord Reverend the lawyer, and then Dr. Robinson, there were wives, and I will with the butler, and there's a lot of them. They were the ones the paper was fixed with had used to write about sometimes when he wrote. So how is the nose, and then where to look for quantities when he gets here? Well, the old man went on asking questions till he just fairly stamped at the young fellow. When the pigeons inquire about everybody, and everything's attached to first times and all about the weekends, and about Peter's business, which was a tanner, and about George's, which was a carpenter, about Harvest, which was a distillery, Mace and so on and so on. Then says, what do you want? The workers always got the steamboat for me. Goose is a big audience boat, and I was afraid that she mightn't stop there. When they are still, they want to stop to follow her. Cincinnati's Broadway, unless it has St. Louis alarms, or the cutters still from well off. Oh yeah, pretty well off. He had a house and then land, and Mr. Lycan's laughing furious of 40,000 cashier from Summers, though, when the Staley died. I didn't say it was last night. You know, tomorrow, right? Yeah, about the middle of the day. Wow, it's all terrible sad. But we all got through, and one time someone other, so what we wanted to do is to prepare, and then we're alright. So it's the best way, Sister Ma used to always say that. When I struck the boat and she was about and down to loading in the pitch as soon as she got off, the king never said nothing about going aboard, and so I lost my night at all. When the boat was gone, the king, a man with a paddle off, one of his miles along some place, and he got flash short and says, now, pass the back light off in the passage that you saw. Here are the loosened half with brakes, and if you're strong, I'll be the other side over. If you go over there, so you think, and tell him. He himself to up to the rest of the show long night. I knew what he was up to, and but I never said nothing to go. When I got angry with the Duke and he came, and then I sat down somewhere else, and then the king told him everything just like the young fellows that I said it, every last word of it, and all times. He was doing it if he tried to talk like as an Englishman, and he's done pretty well. He's the first close, and then I can't imitate him, and that's and I don't try this, but he's slowly done it's good, and that's how are you on the G and the Billiard? The Duke said to live amongst the bad, so that you have to play like G and then don't put on the historic boat, so then, and they do it for a steamboat. Well, in the middle of the afternoon, there's a couple of little boats come along, but they didn't come from the high of the river, and the last there was a big one, and they hailed her and sent out her yawl, and then they went aboard. She was from Cincinnati, and then they found with us only when it goes to 5 miles, they were Union men, and then gave us a cushion. Saturdays and wings at Landers. The king was him, and he said, the gentleman kings approached to fill us a mind to feast, to be taken, and then cropping all y'all, a steamboat king opposed to carrying his There was a softening down, and then said it was all right, and then when we got to the village, they yelled us, which assured about to gentlemen and locked down, and when they see the yelling coming, and the king said, can any of you, gentlemen, tell me the words Mr. Speedwake's life, and they give us a glance at one of us nodded their hands. They much had to say, and what do I tell you? And then one of them said, it's kind of self-gentleman. I'm sorry. So the best we can do is to tell you story the best way living, certain as winching. And the analyst all the practice to win and to smash and fell up against the man and put his chin on his shoulder and fly down his back and says, "Oh, that's not for the brothers." And we never got to see him, and it's too hard. And turn around bubbling and makes us a lot of idiotic signs and sweeping on his hands and bring the teething drops and covers his bag and bottle out to cry. If they want the business street lot and then to close that advice trucks. Well, the man that gets around is sympathetic with them and all sorts of kind of things to them and characters that come back after healed for them. So let them lean on them cry. And all the king's all about his brothers last moments, and the king told it all against understand to the Duke, and both of them stood about that are like the lowest that discourse was ever struck anything like it. Latest it was enough to make a body and of the human race.